It's a heat wave, and I thought this would be the perfect time to make some cold brew iced tea. This is a bit of an experiment for me. I've never done this before, but yesterday my best friend came over and she brought over some that she had made the day before, and they were incredible and amazing. So I asked her for the recipe. It's super simple. This is 2 tablespoons of any loose leaf tea to 3 cups of water. Add half a lemon, whatever fruit you want. I think she did strawberries and basil in one of them yesterday, raspberries and lemon in the other, maybe raspberries and mint, I think, and one was just Earl Grey with lemon. All of them were incredible. So here we have a green and white tea with lavender and vanilla, half a lemon. So we're just gonna let this sit for a few hours. Green tea doesn't need as long as black tea does. For black tea, you wanna leave it overnight. Green tea, maybe like 5-6 hours. Then you add some simple syrup. So I'm gonna make that later today. Just add that to taste. It comes out quite bitter, so you want to add some sweetness to counteract that. And then I usually use it as a bit of a syrup and add sparkling water later, because I prefer a bit of a milder flavor, but I'm really excited to see how that comes out. I used the rest of the lemon for some sparkling water with lemon here. It's incredible out today, a little humid though, so I'm not sure how long I will last, but I thought I would just sit out here, enjoy the garden for a little bit. Some building sounds in the background, but that's just life over here. And do a little bit of knitting. I started a new project earlier this week, and this project, I don't know what it is, but it is cursed. I'm a little bit afraid of it because I have never seen anything like this. So many things have gone wrong with this project already, and I have like a few centimeters of ribbing. This has been horrendous so far, but it seems like all of the issues are solved. I have gotten past the absolutely hellish cast on. This is a bottom-up pattern. I've never knitted a bottom-up pattern before. So it already starts with a cast on of 204 stitches, which you have to somehow keep track of. And me being stubborn as I am, I really wanted to do an Italian cast on. But I'm also using, as you can see, a needle that has a loop in it. It's twisted. So trying to make sure that 204 stitches of Italian cast on a twisted loop don't wrap around the needle as you're joining in the round has proven to be impossible. I could not do it. I tried about 10 times. Several of those were actually not the twisting issue, but the issue was just that my tail wasn't long enough. I would find out after 180 cast on stitches that it was too short. That happened several times. One time I had it all done and it slipped off of the back of my needle. A few times I would get into the ribbing and then find out that it was twisted after all, even though I checked like 100 times. I just don't know what is up with this project. We're here now. I am firmly into the ribbing. It is not twisted. So I am happy to continue. I am making this pattern, by the way. This t-shirt, it's a free pattern off of the hobby website. When you sign up to their newsletter, you can get this for free. I really liked this like the pattern on the t-shirt itself. I think it's really cute, and the puffy sleeves, adorable as well. But yeah, it is a bottom-up project. So far, not a fan. And considering that I started this, you may have guessed that I finished my wrap cardigan. I have, and I will show you that when we get back inside. We will try it on and see how it came out. I might, though, wait a few days before I try it on, because in this heat, you know what it is with heat in the Netherlands? It doesn't get that extremely hot here. Like 35 degrees is about the most I've ever experienced, but it is so incredibly humid over here, and it feels very oppressive. Like the heat is almost suffocating. It's not this nice dry heat that you get in the Mediterranean, where it's just like, oh, lovely sunny day, let's sit out on the terrace. Not at all. In the Netherlands, when it gets hot, you need to hide. And also our entire just infrastructure isn't made for heat. Our houses aren't made for it. We don't have air conditioning. The entire house is very, very hot. morning we are up here in the studio because there are a few things I want to get done before it gets too hot in here. It's already quite warm in here. But with this heat wave, and we've had fantastic weather for a few weeks now, I am running out of warm weather clothes to wear. So there is this one dress in my wardrobe. It's this dress, and I love this dress. It is handmade. It used to be my grandma's, and I think it's beautiful. However, my wonderful grandma is about this tall, maybe. I need to lengthen the straps, and I don't have any more of this fabric. Like, this is proper vintage, but I was thinking I might take one of those ribbons that I bought recently and make straps out of velvet ribbon, and then maybe I could also do a little bit of an accent or a bow somewhere or something to bring back that ribbon, kind of tie it together. So let's see what we can do here, because I would love to wear this. It's super light, really cute. It's a little 60s style mini dress. So here is my drawer of ribbons, and I do believe I had some really wide brown ribbon. Yeah, this would be uncomfortable, but I thought I had a wide brown. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, that would be perfect, I think. So say we do the straps in brown. It's about the same width as the current strap, so that's perfect. And then maybe here it's an empire waist. So maybe we do the ribbon along the waist here and then tie it into a little bow. I think that could be cute. Let's start with the straps in any case. Okay, I gave it my best shot, but I don't think this dress is gonna work. There just isn't enough fabric here. The neckline is just way too low. I've tried several different ways to make it work. There just isn't enough fabric for my body, so I'm afraid this isn't gonna work. I may be able to make it work if I insert more fabric somehow, somewhere. I could maybe do a little, like, you know how sometimes you have those dresses with like this bandeau top and then a collar over top almost? Those are pretty cute. I could maybe do that. That would add a little bit of fabric to the top here. I could do maybe white or light blue, but that's a bigger project, not something I have time for today. So unfortunately, this is gonna be a no. I don't really feel comfortable with this much skin up top here. I think ideally it would be raised to about here, but that puts the waistline like halfway across my chest, and that just does not look good. However, now that I am wearing this and on my big puffy sleeve dress, I can show you my wrap cardigan that I promised to update you on. I really don't want to put this on right now because it's so warm, but here we go. I am very, very glad I took the time to frog this and redo it because it is so much better. I need to move the microphone here. This is infinitely better than it was, and the difference is very minor. I added like 5 centimeters, I think. So in case you missed it, this is the Robinson wrap cardigan. It is a knitting pattern by Knitting by Florence here on YouTube. She makes amazing patterns, love them. They are usually a little bit small and on the smaller and tighter side. This is a skin tight knitting pattern. It's supposed to be a bit of a smaller item, and for me, I need to size up on those. So I first made the recommended size, and once again, kind of same problem. The waistline was halfway across my chest, and that just didn't look good. So I found myself not wanting to wear it. I tried to block it out, stretch it out. It worked alright-ish, but every time I put it on, I was like, it doesn't look good. So in the end, I decided that rather than letting it sit in my closet unworn, I was gonna frog the entire band, the entire ribbing and continue with my increases for 5 more centimeters of length. That was going to give me a little bit more width, a little bit more length, and then start the ribbing again. And now it's perfect because the ribbing now begins right where it needs to. That's where the ribbon sits, and then it hits like just over, like right around my waist with the end of the ribbing, and it just fits like it's supposed to. Now it also no longer has that flap poking out issue. Someone commented on my last video that it was probably just because I needed to pull this really tight, and I think that's true because you can see if I pull this tighter, this starts to stick out. So I think that was just the issue. Now that it fits more comfortably, that is no longer a problem. So now it actually looks good. I'm very, very happy with it. It was a great decision, I think, to frog that and start over. So I think this dress is just gonna join the pile of all of the alterations that I currently have on hold, and I could really go for some iced tea right now because I am burning up in here. So let us go downstairs, finish that iced tea that we started yesterday. It's really good. Oh my gosh. You can really taste the lavender. That's what I was hoping for. Yesterday when I tried the concentrate, I felt like I used way too much lemon because it was super sour. So I ended up just dumping the entire simple syrup. I did a quarter of a cup of water and sugar to make the simple syrup, and I ended up just using the whole thing. But now that I've added that sparkling water back to it, it's not as extremely sweet, and it's actually really, really nice, and you get all of the depth of flavor out of the tea. It is really nice. It's a very soft, lovely flavor. There's an adorable little bee going to town on this salvia here. I love that thunderstorm at the tail end of a heat wave. It feels so cathartic in a way. Like the weather has been building up to it for days, and then finally a little bit of relief, a drop in temperatures, some water on the plants that are absolutely scorched. My hydrangeas. I don't think they will recover, honestly. The blooms are just scorched. We've had temperatures over 30 degrees for a few days. Now yesterday, I believe we went up to 36 or 37, which is unheard of over here. Thunderstorm is very welcome here. Also, I feel like there's a kind of coziness to it when you're safely indoors. Anyways, I thought I would share a little bit more about this new project of mine. So yeah, the first t-shirt I'm ever knitting. This is also my first ever project that I'm knitting in cotton. I am using for yarn Drops Saffron, which is a 100% cotton yarn. This is the color 57. Mauve, I think, is the name of it. I think it's a really pretty color. This is a color I love to wear, and that is something I need to be mindful of. When I make projects, I need to pick colors that I actually like to wear, and not just colors that I like to look at or that I like to work with. This is something I have run into several times when sewing. Some fabrics are a beautiful fabric, but don't necessarily make a very beautiful garment. Not this one, by the way. My tablecloth dress, love it 100%. But I have had that happen before, where I ended up not really enjoying wearing a fabric as much as I enjoyed working with it. So this color, I'm sure I will wear because I have lots of tops in this color already in my wardrobe. I was a bit worried beforehand that the cotton yarn might be a bit uncomfortable to work with, maybe a bit stiff. Not at all. It is very soft, and so far the fabric is shaping up to be pretty soft and comfortable as well. It feels very light. There is a very slight sheen to it that's very pretty. So far, very happy with this yarn. We'll see how it holds up. I've heard that cotton yarn can tend to warp a little bit with wear. I have now started knitting the actual pattern, like the little eyelet pattern on the t-shirt itself. It's a really interesting pattern. It's basically, it comes in sets of 3, so it's 3 knits, then a yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, pull the slip over the knitted stitch, and then another yarn over. So you have, once again, 3 stitches and then 3 knits, and repeat that. And it's repeated every 3rd row, and it jumps. Yeah, well, you can tell kind of here in my work. It's really pretty, it's really simple. Now I just need to repeat this until I reach, you know, pretty much the length of the t-shirt. It's taking a lot of getting used to this upside down knitting, or that's what it feels like to me, bottom up. Oh, something else I wanted to tell you. I have been listening, while knitting, I have been listening to a podcast, and it's been a long time since I listened to a podcast. But this is not your traditional podcast. It is almost like an audio play, I would say. It's called Midst. And if you are not familiar with it yet, it is so good and I highly recommend it. It is basically a story that is narrated by 3 people. Each of them voices one of the main characters, and then all of the side characters are kind of shared between them. They have like background sounds and sound effects all throughout. It's very immersive and the story is so good. It's an alternate universe sci-fi story. The world building is great, really interesting. I love the way that it is introduced. I really don't like when the world building is very on the nose and straight up being explained to you. Oh, the worst thing when it's explained through dialogue. Ugh, none of that. Like, the world is introduced very organically. It's just really, really good. The suspense is there. I have been binge listening to this whenever I have time. The perfect accompaniment to my knitting. I'm not sure how many episodes I have left, but I've just been breezing through it, really enjoying it. So it's Midst. It's on Spotify. They run some ads at the beginning of the show in the Spotify version, but I believe they have a platform where you can pay for the ad-free versions. Highly recommend that. I haven't heard the ending yet. Still in the middle of it, but so far it is amazing. And there are a few more seasons, and I'm excited to hear all of it. Yeah, that's a little recommendation for you. That's where I'm gonna sign off for this week, as I'm disappearing into this wallpaper. Apparently I have a taste preference. Thank you so much for joining me in this Heatwave week. It's been good. We had fun. We set up a little kiddie pool in the garden. We've been splashing around with it with the little one. It's actually been pretty nice. Bearable. That's good. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a great week as well. I hope you have a lovely weekend ahead of you still, and I will see you back here again next week.